Good afternoon, my dear students. I hope you all are fine and healthy in this pandemic situation. Okay, now today we are going to discuss about analog to digital and digital to analog conversion. But prior to that once again we just go through our previous what we learned in our previous lectures. So first of all, in our previous lecture we learned about the signals. We defined the signals, types of signals, parameters of signals and characteristics of signals. Then we learn about the systems, how what is system, how system can be characterized, and how a system response can be identified with the signal. Then we learn about the why digital signal processing is there, right? So why we need a processing and what is the role of digital signal processing in our system, that we learn in our previous lectures. Then we go through the classification of signals. In that we learn various types of signals like deterministic, non-deterministics, periodic, aperiodic, even, odd, then energy and power. So we learn the different classification of signals. Then we learn about the concept of frequency in continuous time and discrete time signals. In that we learn about the various properties of continuous time signal and discrete time signals. Continuous time signals means analog signal and discrete time signals means digital signal. So how a frequency is defined in continuous time signal and in discrete time signal, what is the time domain parameters, how we can identify the rate of repetition or uniform time of our repetition, and that is called a frequency. So we learn the concept of frequency in continuous time and discrete time in that section. So now till that we are aware with the types of signal, types of system, then digital signal processing, then various parameter and properties of signals. So in all of that we go for the digital signal processing. So why digital signal processing? We learn so many advantages of digital signal processing. So for that we must need a digital signal. So how a signal can be digitized? We all know the entire world is in analog in nature. That means all the signals are analog in nature. So most of the signals of practical interest such as speech, biological signal, seismic signal, sonar signals, radar signals and various communication signals such as audio, video signals are analog. To process the analog signal by digital means is it's necessary to convert them into digital form. Without digital signal we cannot process it digitally, and we know there are advantages of digital signal processing, right? So first step is to convert analog signal into digital signal. So we are converting our continuous signal into a sequence of signals. So we get a samples from our analog signal by means or by process of analog to digital conversion. This is the first step. So to process analog signal by digital means is it's the first necessary to convert them into a digital form. That is to convert them to a sequence of numbers having a finite precision. This process is called analog to digital conversion and corresponding devices are called analog to digital converters, and we are generally use the abbreviation ADCs. ADCs means analog to digital converter. Conceptually we know analog to digital conversion is having a three process steps. First, sampling, second, quantization, and third, coding. We know to convert analog to digital, we have to go through these three steps. First step is sampling, second step is quantization, and third step is coding. So, sampling, we all know that what is sampling. In sampling, we are just convert our continuous signal into a discrete time, means by means of some sampler circuit. So how a sampling can be achieved, let me just look out. So this is a analog to digital conversion block diagram, or ADC. ADC in short, analog to digital converter. As we know, there are three different process. One is a sampling, second is a quantization, and third is a coding. The block who did the sampling process is called a sampler, and the block who did the quantization process is called a quantizer, and the block which gives us a code of its particular input sample, that is called a coder, each having their own working. So in that example, in that system and ADC, XA of t, that means a analog signal with respect to time. So t, now we can say that XA of t, that means it's a analog signal, so it is a continuous in time. So it is first fed to our sampler circuit. In sampler circuit we may get a sample. So we know how a sample can be abbreviated, that is x of n. So it is a discrete time signal. Then discrete time signal is given to our quantizer. So quantizer, what is the job of quantizer? Quantizer assign a one code, right, to its particular sample level, and that is called xq of n, and that is called a quantized signal. Various types of quantizers are there. So that quantizer's output is given to our coder. So according to the amplitude of our xq of n, a particular binary code is assigned to that sample. So that job can be carried out by coder. So finally we may get a digital signal or a sequence of digital pulses. This entire process. Now let me just look the sampling, working of sampling or a sampler. This is the conversion of analog or a continuous time signal into discrete time signal obtained by taking a samples of a continuous time signal at a discrete time instant. Thus, let me know if XA of t is an analog input, so it is XA of t is converted into XA of n. So XA of n, that is equal to XA of nt, where capital T is a sampling interval. So at each sampling interval we may get a one value of our analog signal. So that is called a sample of our input signal. Sorry. So after each sampling interval we may get a one XA of nt, means at each nth time we may get a value of XA. Now quantization. So quantization, the job of quantization carried out by quantizer. So quantization, in this conversion of a discrete time continuous valued signal into a discrete time. Discrete values, that is called a digital signal. Generally, in general, we know the output of sampler is neither digital nor analog, right? That's why it is called a discrete time. It is neither discrete nor analog. So it is called a discrete time signal. So quantization provides us a quantized output. So in that case the discrete time continuous valued signal into a discrete time. The discrete valued signal, that is called a digital. A value of each signal sample is represented by value selected from a finite set of possible values. The difference between unquantized sample xn and quantized sample xq of n is called a quantization error. So generally xq of n and x of n both are same. So it depends on types of sample. There are two types of samples are there, natural sampling and flat top sampling. So in our flat top sampling we may try to reduce quantization error. So in general we are using a flat top sampling instead of natural sampling. Because of natural sampling there may be a chances of quantization error. Now final block, that is called a coder. In the coding process each discrete values, that is called a xq of n, represented by a b bits binary sequence. So that's why each b bit, suppose if we said that we have a 8 bit analog to digital converter, so coder having a 8 bit, so there is a 2 raised to 8, 256 various possibilities or various codes are there, that each code is assigned to its input value, and that defines its minimum to maximum input voltage. So according to the input voltage, a 1 bit is assigned and that job is carried out by coder. Although we model the analog to digital converter as a sampler followed by a quantizer coder, right? We know, we go through that. So in general, analog to digital conversion is performed by a single value task, that is xa of t, and produce a binary coded number. So the operation of sampling and quantization can be performed either order, but in practice sampling is always performed before quantization, right? So always sampling is before quantization. So in general there are two blocks are there, so quantization and coding. So sampling and quantization can be carried out by a single block that provides us a sample and quantized level, and according to the quantized level a particular code is assigned. So this is a simple method of conversion of analog to digital. Digital means we may get a word of bits. 8 bit ADC is there, so we may get a 8 bit word for each sample. If we have 16 bit ADC, so we may get a 16 bit of word of each value or each voltage applied to our input of our ADC. So in short, the ADC provides us a digital signal. We know now digital signal means it have only two values, either 0 or 1. So the word is itself a digital, and that represents its corresponding input signal. So now by this process we may get a digital signal according to the analog signal applied to it. So this process is called the analog to digital conversion. So and we know as the number of bit is increased, as the accuracy is increased, and if the number of bit is increased, we require a more number of time to convert a analog to digital conversion. So we are restricted by we have to trade off between accuracy and conversion time. So let me look at later on how optimized ADC converter can be designed. Okay, now we know, now once a signal is converted into a digital form, binary words are there. So now finally after the conversion of analog signal into digital signal, and now it is processed, various algorithms and processing techniques are there, that may be that may converts our original signal into a processed manner, and it provides us a certain output that also in a digital form. But now we know we cannot get entire word is an analog. Let me take an example, sound signal. If we want to process our speech signal, right? So what happened, our speech signal is captured by microphone, and it is converted into a analog signal. So now that analog signal we want to process it on digital way, so we must need to convert it in digital. So once we have to go through the ADC, so my speech signal is converted into digital. Now various different words are there according to my speech signal, and that speech signal is processed in digitally. So digital word can be converted into digital, but processed signal is my output of a digital system, right? But I cannot hear my digital signal with my ear. So once again I need to convert back into our analog. So I may get a processed speech signal of my own. So I need a digital to analog converter, and that is called a ADC in general. So as we take an example of our speech signal, so we must need to convert our all the digital signal into a uh, analog mode, right? So how? So we must need an analog signal. So the process of converting digital signal into analog signal is known as a digital to analog converter. All the D2A converters connect a dots. Dots means what we have, digital signal means we have a samples, either 0 or 1, 0 1 0 1, sample of sequence, right? So that is called a dots. So what we define, connected a dots in digital signal by performing some kind of interpolation. Interpolation means there is some methods or technique is there that fill up a gap between two samples. So that is called an interpolation. So connect the dots in digital signal by performing some kind of interpolation whose accuracy depends on the quality of digital to analog conversion. In that figure we use a simple form of D2A conversion called zero order hold or staircase approximation. Other approximations are possible, such as a linear connected pair successive samples, that is called linear interpolation, fitting the quadratic through three successive samples, that is called a quadratic interpolation, and so on, right? There is no any optimum or ideal interpolation or interpolator is there, right? So for such signals having a limited frequency contained, that is called a finite bandwidth, the sampling theorem introduced in the following section specified by the optimum form of interpolation. Sampling and quantization are treated in this section. In particular, we demonstrate the sampling does not a result in our discussion. We demonstrate that the sampling does not result in loss of information, nor does it introduce the distortion in the signal if the bandwidth is finite. Okay, in principle the analog signal can be reconstructed from the samples provided that the sampling rate is sufficiently high to avoid the problem commonly called aliasing. So this is the basic statement for sampling theorem. On the other hand, quantization is a non-iterative or irreversible process that results in a signal distortion. So how signal can be distorted? So generally quantization is called a noise additive process. Why it is noise additive? Because we are using a various interpolation techniques. Interpolation technique means we are not actually reconstruct, we are not get the actual value of signal. Instead of actual signal, we may interpolate it, we may predict and put a some value of that signal. It may be probability, we are using a probability, so some it might be that value, not exactly. So that's why it is called a noise additive process. So we shall show that the amount of distortion is depends on the accuracy as measured by number of bits in ADC conversion process. The factor affecting the choice desired accuracy of the analog to digital converter are cost and sampling rate. In general, the cost increase with the increasing in accuracy and or sampling rate, or accuracy is increased if the sampling rate is increased. So today we just learn about the basics of analog to digital conversion and digital to analog conversion. So various ADCs and DACs are ready-madely available in our market. So with the help of that, we may convert our analog signal into digital domain. We may process, digital processors are there that are process our signal and again provides us a process signal in terms of digital, and that digital processed signal again converted into an analog domain, so that finally we may get our output. So that is called a digital to analog conversion. In our next lecture, we just learn about the sampling of our analog signal and some of the calculation of how a signal can be sampled and how it can be mathematically represented, and that signal can be reconstructed from our sampled signal in mathematical way. Thank you very much. Jai Swami Narayan.